beautiful morning to all of you beautiful souls out there. First of all, I'd like to say I truly appreciate you watching my video. It means a lot to me. Hit the subscribe button wherever it's located and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this. Things I could possibly improve, tips, tricks, whatever. Let's connect, baby. That's what this life's about. Anyway, we're going to talk about my Instagram post, The Cave of Wonders. The two sexy motherfuckers in that in that photograph are me and my brother. We is like this. I'm the taller one with way sexier hair. Shh, don't tell him I said that. Even though it's true. Anyway, from his birth till about 14 years old, my 14 years old, which would have put him at 9, we were inseparable. We had a very beautiful childhood as far as our time together, building forts, running through the woods, running through towns, the whole fucking nine. It was beautiful. I was 14 years old and I decided, fuck this shit, I'm going to live with my mom. We have the same father, and that's where our life separated. He had his wrestling career, college, his life. I had my whole fucking thing going on. We just quit talking to each other. For about 10, 12 years, we quit. I mean, there was no contact. I went 2.5 years in and out of the hospital, and when I got released, the first time I was in the hospital, I all of a sudden got this phone call from a dude. Like, I'd never heard my brother's man voice. When I left him, he was this high-pitched, squeaky little fucker when I left. And now all of a sudden, hey bro, how you doing? I'm like, fucking call me bro, who the fuck you think you is? Your brother? I don't fucking think so. So he visits me. I think it was 3 or 4 days after I got released from the hospital, and we've been just like this ever since. I mean, we literally picked up right where we left off. Difference is we're building a major fucking empire together. World domination. Anyway, stay tuned for more on that one. So he's living in California. He was on his way to Michigan, and he called me up. We've been in contact ever since, and he's like, dude, I'm totally coming to visit you. And I'm like, bro, yeah. Like, yeah, we totally talk like high school girls with the whole lights. And, oh my God, did you totally hear this? Okay, maybe not that bad, but it's sometimes that bad. I mean, y'all know how brothers are. Anyway, so he shows up, and it's an epic fucking breath of fresh air that was beyond more than what I needed. So I tell him, dude, we're totally hitting this cave up that I have gone to dozens of times. He's like, oh yeah, definitely. So I'm proud. I'm fucking proud to show him this cave, because this cave I've spent a lot of time in. This cave has helped me so much with a lot of my inner hell and facing my own darkness. Fucking beautiful place. I've been there dozens of times. Love it. But I have not been there in over 6 months. And I have not been there when the water level was high. So we get there, and when we finally tuck in, we're right at the mouth of this. The mouth is just behind us. We're looking ahead. I realize it's about 60, 65 foot wide, and the river that's running through it, it's no more. At its deepest point, might be maybe 1.5 feet. So if we actually fall in, you might get your ankle wet, unless you actually fall to your fucking knees. Anyway, so I'm looking at it, and it winds through the cave like this. I've never been in this cave before. Not with water, so it's a whole new fucking experience. So we get walking into it. Beautiful fucking time. About 75 yards in, you can still see the light just a little bit. I look up and I see cave crickets. Okay, now I've had an experience with these in my prior cave hikes. First time I saw them, it scared the fuck out of me. I mean, I'm not joking you. The biggest one I saw had legs, a leg span, that big. Okay, the body on that fucking thing was like that. That's like 19.5 inches right there. Okay, the camera can't really pick up the total fucking size of those things. Okay, about 4 inches was the biggest one I saw. The leg span. Now that I know that they're cave crickets, they don't fucking scare me. Whoop-de-doo. I saw a couple of bats too. Ceiling's about 6 foot above us. Fucking beautiful. My brother's about 20 foot behind me. I'm like, bro, come here. I'm going to scare the shit out of you. He literally did this. I do a lot of studying with psychology, body language, vibrations, frequencies, so on and so forth. I felt a lot of fear from my brother in this moment, and I had absolutely no clue why. Didn't ask him about it. So he wobbled his little butt over to me, and I said, look up, bro. And I'm pointing out all these damn cave crickets and these 2 bats, and I could feel him start to calm down a little bit more. Totally oblivious to the fact that he was feeling a shit ton of fear. I was so excited in this moment to be almost on our first adventure since we were children. Like, untamed adventure, if you will. Okay, we've had experiences together since we started coming back, or since we got back together, and I think it was 16. We've had experiences together, but this was totally uncharted territory. So I was fucking loving it. I would say probably another 75 yards up, I felt a real unease. And it wasn't for me. My first thought was, where the fuck is this coming from? Am I afraid of the dark again? Yes. I was an adult. 29 years old. Before I conquered my fear of being afraid of the dark. That's a whole nother beautiful story there. Stars are included on that one. Anyway, so I start questioning myself. Am I afraid of the dark again? So I'm like, fuck, let's find out. Turn my flashlight off. Nope, not afraid of the dark. Well, what the fuck is this? Well, I look back, and my brother caught up to me, and I could just see, like, flushed. Like, completely fucking fear. But it was so fucking inspiring because it wasn't my brother for a moment. It was not my brother. It was just another fucking human being. So there was no relationship between us as far as brothers. There was no connection in the past. There was nothing. It was like literally 2 different people coming together in this moment for the first time, right here, in the dark, in the cave, and he's scared shitless. But it was beautiful because as I looked at this man, looked in his eyes, I was able to see his complete willingness to be open to the experience and go further. And he's like, alright bro, let's drop in. Now, drop in is a new term. It's a new term that I'm not used to, but it's something that I am used to. It's meditation, basically. Dropping, I mean totally dropping in. Like, wow, I'll do a video on that later. He's like, bro, let's drop in. There was no panic in his voice. I could not hear any kind of hesitation or fear or anything in his voice. There was no tonality to it. It was just, let's drop in. I said, okay. He said, but I want to hold your hand. Okay. So I'm holding his hand. I'm holding the wall of this cave. I did not realize he was holding a rock. Long story short on that one, we fed energy to that rock that he now carries with him and wears around his neck. Beautiful story. I'll explain that later. So anyway, as we're in this moment, lights are off, fear's running wild, love is running wild, everything is running wild, can't see a fucking thing. It was so fucking beautiful. Like, I could feel his life in my hand. I could feel the life of this cave in my left hand. Total fucking connectivity. Ugh! The word orgasm doesn't even fucking touch, or orgasmic, or euphoric. Doesn't even touch the immense euphoria that I was feeling. After about 10-15 minutes, we both came back into, this reality, if you will, 3D realm. And we conversed about it, and he opened up a little bit. He's like, dude, there's a whole new experience being in this cave. And I could feel his appreciation for all the time that I had spent in this cave. And it was weird to me because I'm like, in my memory, I have been telling him all the stories of me going into this cave, and now all of a sudden I'm feeling this appreciation from him. And I didn't understand this. The more he talked, the more I realized, and he actually admitted, he's like, dude, underground, not for me. Not for me. There was, for lack of a better explanation, I'm going to use the word fear. There was a fear within him about being underground in this cave. It's not that he was afraid of the dark or the boogeyman or anything like that. There was a fear about him being in this cave underground. But the fear of not going further was so much stronger. And I know that's not the right word as far as fear. Desire, there you go. There's a desire to just fucking keep going. I kept going and he kept following. And it's not like I was dragging him along as far as my ego. I got to prove that I'm the bigger, better, older brother and I'm not afraid. No, I mean, because in all honesty, like I told him, dude, I've never been in this cave with water. Totally new experience. When we went as far back as we could, it was probably maybe 300 feet. And we did another session of just being in the moment in this cave. I felt so fucking alive. So fucking alive. In a way that, out of my 33 years of living, I've never fucking felt. And it was a beautiful fucking moment. When on our way back, we had to crisscross the cave in order to walk further in because the river was winding. We were on our way back, and my brother kept asking me, he's like, dude, how do you view life, kind of, is basically what he was asking. And we got to this spot where we were about ready to cross, and it was a beautiful metaphor. Beautiful. I said, this is how I live my life now. Because how I've lived my life in the past does not count. That was, I mean, it counts as far as getting me here, obviously. I'm alive and breathing and a sexy motherfucker. But as far as what my agenda and what my drive was then, totally nothing of what it is now. There were two paths on this river, okay? There was what more or less immediately looked easy. I could cross this 12-foot river, not a fucking problem. And if halfway I get scared, maybe I don't think I can make it, I can come back and then try another one. Maybe I'll have to walk down a little bit further and I might be able to make it. Or there were 3 stones on 12 foot of fucking water. 1, 2, 3, riverbank. Or I could just say fuck it and go. There is no backing out of it. Okay? It's fucking go. In everything in life, I don't care if you're looking for love, money, fame, a better career, better house. I don't give a fuck what it is in life. You have 2 options in every fucking choice. You're either going to do it or you're going to half-ass do it. And by that, what I mean is plan A and plan B. I've lived my life with plan B my entire fucking life. I did not realize that's where I was fucking up. I wouldn't say fucking up. Different story. We'll get on that later. Anyway, the way I live my life now is if I'm going to do something, it's done. That's it. End of discussion. There is no plan B and a backup plan and, well, if this don't go right, I can... No, fuck that shit. Go. Do it. Give my fucking every fiber of myself into whatever the fuck it is that I'm doing. And I explained it to him. I said, bro, look at it like this. I'm not going to allow myself to fuck up. I'm not going to allow myself to fuck up in self-doubt. I'm not going to give myself the freedom to have self-doubt or disbelief in self. So if I take this path, and I can get halfway out into this river, but if for some reason the footing's not right, the rocks might not be right, whatever happens, maybe I don't think I can make it, maybe I get scared, maybe a little off balance, I can come back. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. No. Not happening. Not happening. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to fucking do it. That's it. Or I can take this path. There's 3 stones. 1, 2, 3. Riverbank. Basically what it is it's reaffirming that if you're going to make it, it's reaffirming to myself. If I'm going to make a decision, I'm going to fucking do it. I'm not going to half-ass it. I'm not going to leave myself an out. I'm not going to have an emergency exit. Fuck that shit. There is no plan B. I'm giving every fucking thing I have into what I'm doing right now. So if I get out halfway and realize, oh fuck it, keep going. Run that bitch to the fucking dirt. Come up with something when you're done. Failure is an option in life. Most people choose to fail. But most people that do fail, that actually tried, what they didn't realize is they had a plan B. Plan B is you not giving every fucking thing you have to the choice at hand. Yes, I can understand having a preparation, but at what point is preparation becoming, now you're feeding more of your energy into plan B? So rather than blossoming plan A, you're already preparing for the worst. And fuck it, it's just not going to work. Fuck it. You're feeding yourself disbelief. You're feeding yourself lack in the mindset. And I told him this. And then I had the beautiful opportunity of just fucking going. I win. I didn't get wet. I didn't fall in. Made it to the other side. It's fucking beautiful. And I was cocky. Halfway through, I stopped in the middle of the river. Now, I was cocky not to show off to him, but I was cocky to show off to myself. Like, okay, this is what I do on an everyday basis. I make decisions and I execute decisions. I go forth and I do and I do and I do. Now, what happens if I actually stop in that process of doing? Well, fuck it, let's find out. Whoop, I stopped. Where that went, I haven't exactly dug into, but my point is if you're going to do something, fucking do it all the way. So when we got out, all of a sudden, I saw my brother again. Like literally, we were in there for probably about a good hour and a half. And only the first 5 minutes did I actually see my brother. The rest of that time, it was just some random dude that I was sharing this beautiful experience with. I was looking at another man, not my brother, another man. Almost one that I had literally never experienced before. It was a fucking beautiful moment. But on our way, or when we got out, that's when he really unloaded a lot of his fear. He wasn't exactly specific as to what that fear was, but he just, hey bro, that was scary as fuck. And it totally blew my mind. And that's when the fear really started presenting itself to me. In his mind, he was thinking of cave-in and the water level all of a sudden rising up and all this shit going wrong. I'd never thought of that before. Which really reaffirmed to me that in my life and in the choices that I make, that is both a good thing and a bad thing. I can't even really say bad thing. It's a beautiful thing on what I'm doing in my life. That it's really reaffirming to me that I can trust myself. Because literally, like I said, after 5 minutes of being in that cave, it was a totally different motherfucker. I've never seen this dude before. And yet, this guy that I did not know was willing to follow me even further in the cave. To the point where he literally almost could not take any more. And literally 10 foot at that, or 10 foot past that point, I told him we ain't going any further because I could look up and see that we could not cross without getting really wet. And I could hear his, whew, okay, let's go back. It really showed me that if this motherfucker, brother, or different human being, however you want to look at it, if this guy can trust me to walk into parts unknown, that really showed me how much I am trusting myself and growing within myself in areas of my life along that same journey. There are a lot of things that I'm doing in my personal life that I have absolutely no fucking clue what I'm doing. But I'm trusting myself. I am staying vigilant with my fucking thoughts. I'm staying true to what I feel. That experience in that cave with my brother, it was a very, very life-affirming experience. Literally because I was willing to go forth and experience it. That is literally all of life. Experience and experiment. That's it. That's life. But it was really reaffirming because literally the things that I'm doing in my personal and professional life 3 years ago, I'd have never even thought of doing them, period. It's too far out of my league. When you realize and wrap your brain around the fact that nothing is out of your league, everything is fucking possible. I'm doing things now in my life, personally and professionally, that as a child, I never thought in a billion years I would ever be good enough to actually do. Now, what's the difference between childhood and then? Other than physicality, nothing. Other than the fact that I'm, instead of 5'8", I'm now 6 foot, well, 5'8", probably 4 foot something. Other than size physically, nothing's different. Nothing. Other than my mentality to look at it. If I want to be a monster truck driver, I'm qualified to do it. If I want to be the president, I'm not qualified to do it. I'm not 35, or what is that, 55? Yeah, not 55, or no, 35. 35. Yeah, I'm not 35 yet. But other than that, I'm qualified. I swear to keep America fucking awesome. Vote for me. I gotta chuckle at that one. Oh, fuck. When you understand that the only limitation in life is your thought process, it really closes life down on you. But when you realize that literally the only thing that stops you in life is your mindset, fuck. Everything is possible. Everything. Coming out of that cave really reaffirmed me that I am doing my life right. Right for me. I don't give a fuck about your opinion or anybody else's opinion. I'm doing life right for me. As far as trusting myself, loving myself, taking care of myself. More than financially, more than health. Truly becoming my real self. That's what that experience showed me. And I was so blessed and honored to have that experience with my brother. The rest of our time together, fuck. Wow, it's like, almost literally feels like yesterday. Literally. It was a little different though. I've never actually hosted somebody in my RV. A few years ago when I was in Michigan also, before I actually left, he was also in the RV, but it wasn't a... We were in my grandmother's backyard, so if I wanted to kick the motherfucker out, get the fuck out. You know, it was no biggie. It's not like it was in the fucking middle of town that we didn't fucking know anybody. Now, he was in here. He was in here. It was beautiful. Being able to share this space, his space, our space, the experience. Fuck, it was beautiful. And that Cave of Wonders, that's what I call it now, is my Cave of Wonders. Every time I walk in there, I come out somebody different. And when I walked in with my brother, I did not walk out the same motherfucker. It's almost like I awoke a sleeping beast. Oh, it was fucking phenomenal. You know, it's phenomenal. I truly appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to listen. I truly appreciate all your guys' comments, all of your guys' reviews, every fucking thing. The negative, the positive, all of it. I fucking love it all. It allows me the opportunity to connect with you beautiful motherfuckers. Y'all be awesome, stay awesome, and have an epic, beautiful motherfucking day.